Hey folks, Will Hamilton here, and we're going to talk about the Rafael Nadal, David Ferrer quarterfinal match at the Aussie Open. Now, I've got this dry erase board here, and I could be diagramming some stuff, but I don't really think this match requires too much sort of X's and O's. Both these guys are fantastic counterpunchers, fantastic defensive players. Rafael Nadal recently has emerged as also one of the best aggressive players on tour, and that's obviously allowed him to be successful on surfaces other than clay. So I think that really poses a big problem for Ferrer, because Ferrer against a very aggressive player who maybe isn't as consistent can work the ball around the court, and he's going to win a lot of points by generating errors. Rafa's not going to make many mistakes, but he's also going to hurt you if you leave a ball hanging. So this, this has been a problem for Ferrer. Rafael Nadal has for a while. Nadal has won the last 7 encounters, I believe. And ultimately, I really think this match comes down to Ferrer's serve and his return of serve. And first of all, Ferrer needs to serve a very high first serve percentage. He needs to serve well in terms of hitting his spots, but he has to keep that percentage high because he wants to be in control of the point from the first ball. I think the more second serve looks Rafa gets, and the more chances Rafa either has to neutralize or take the initiative from the first ball, that's a big problem for Ferrer. So Ferrer needs to play his counterpunching style, but he needs to do it in a very aggressive fashion, work the ball around the court, keep Rafa moving, and the way he's going to do that is by getting a lot of first serves in. So the return, he has a good look off that first ball. And the second thing is he needs to return extremely well. And he returned fantastically well. First of all, Ferrer is one of the best returners, arguably the best returner on tour. Federer, a couple years ago, said Ferrer was the best returner on tour. And against Milos Raonic, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but Raonic was a guy with a 140-mile-an-hour serve, up-and-coming player, by the way. I really look forward to seeing how his career develops. But Raonic was bombing serves in, and Ferrer was getting a lot of rackets on the ball. Has great reach for a guy who's not very big, and getting a lot of returns back, and not just back in play, but hitting some quality stick returns. He needs to do that against Rafa, just like he wants to be in the driver's seat on his serve off the first ball. He wants to hit quality returns so that he's in the driver's seat as much as possible on Rafa's service games. So those literally, I think it comes down to that stuff. It's the first serve for Ferrer. It's the return for Ferrer. He can't get into protracted rallies against a guy who's not going to give him anything, but is going to be able to hurt him if Ferrer leaves the ball hanging. And Ferrer, who's certainly consistent, but he's not a big hitter off the ground, Rafa's certainly going to have some looks. So that's what I think the match comes down to. Do I think Ferrer has enough to win this thing? No, I don't. I actually think Rafael Nadal wins this in straight sets, wins it relatively easily. He's just not a very good matchup for Ferrer. So that's my call, straight sets for Rafa. And please let me know what your call is. Comments below. Please like this video, and we will very shortly see what the result of this match is.